Alright guys, we're going to be in the VK2801 one more time. We're going to be on RUINBERG, and I wanted to show you a city map where I was running the Bounty Vents Rammer and also the improved aiming, and then I was even running the Rammer Directive, which gets you, I think it's called like Orderly Ammo Rack or something like that, gets you a little bit more DPM. And I was explaining in the last video I just recorded on Sand River that if you are going to get a city map, you need to run Rammer on your lights, man. I'm telling you, like, even at the higher tiers, vents, rammer, and either V-stab or improved aiming, because it's going to be all about DPM and accuracy. Like, you're gonna have to use your gun. There's no piece of equipment that you can run to improve your armor, right? You have no armor in a light tank unless you're in the T-54 lightweight or like one of these vehicles that actually has some turret armor, but this is all you have, right? So you need to try and give yourself as much of an advantage as you possibly can. So run the rammer and anything like that. Like, you don't need optics on RUINBERG, in my opinion, like CVS or anything like that. Like, maybe if you're running an even 90 and you know ahead of time that they're going to put a bunch of people back here, you know, and you want to run CVS or something, like, but I'm telling you guys, just don't run that stuff, man, on RUINBERG. So anyway, we're going to be stuck on this map. The map rotation, for whatever reason, when I was trying to 3-mark this vehicle and the 5916, dude, the map rotation was so bad. I kept getting Tundra, I kept getting RUINBERG, I kept getting Pilsen, I kept getting these maps that, for lack of a better term, they're just garbage for light tanks, right? For most other vehicles, you can make do, but with the light tanks on maps like that, like, you're just not going to have a good time because they're all about brawling, they're all about using armor and using guns. And you know, when you play a light tank, it's your view range and concealment that's really paying off most of the time. They're not really going to apply on these city maps. So we're getting shots into the Tiger here. I'm able to pick away at this guy's cap, and it's like he didn't even want to move at first. So I actually doinked, if you believe this, man, I doinked off his cap twice. I penned one and then doinked two more that directly hit the cap. So each one of those shots was perfect. And that's rare, man. Like, that kind of RNG, I need that kind of RNG, man. But I wasn't really getting it, except for there, right? So we're going to push into the A20 now. I'm seeing this as an opportunity to clean up the A20 and go after the T37. Because what happens here, and I tell you this, guys, all the time, I tell you this all the time, man, on RUINBERG, people don't really understand how this far eastern portion of the map works. They're always trying to brawl it out in this area of the map instead. So they'll be like out here in this corner, and then your team will be out here in this corner, and then someone will try and come to like this ridge line, or someone will try and poke like through these buildings, and they're going to get whacked from people in the back and stuff. If you know how this portion of the map works over here, you're going to profit, I'll call it, on the map RUINBERG, because you're able to poke out here and I can get side shots going right into these guys and pull back before they even really know what hits them, right? So yeah, T-37's kind of able to hit me here. I'm going to poke out one more time, risk getting hit by the Panzer, but I would like to get one more shot into the T-37. And now these guys kind of have to run away from here. Panzer's now distracted. You can see he's like looking at me. He's like, what's going on? I don't know what's happening. Artie is hitting him as well. I'm going to poke out, get one more shot into this guy, and you can just outplay people here, man. Like, if you're not going to be contested, use this area of the map, especially from the north spawn. You have such an advantage here. Again, I say this to you guys all the time. You have an advantage here because you have two buildings blocking line of sight for the enemy tank destroyers, right? The enemy tank destroyers are not going to be able to get shots into you here, whereas if the M4A1 advances here, there's kind of an opening here, man. If there's tank destroyers such as the Wolverine back here, yeah, the M4A1's going to get whacked, man. And, you know, he tries it. He tries to contest this here, and he pays the price because I have the STRV-74. I have the Wolverine. Now the Staghound's even getting involved. And he's like, oh, wow, look, people are pushing on the, you know, far east side of the map. I guess I'll go with them. And it's like, you can encourage people, man, to push with you if you are successful enough over here, right? Staghound's going to YOLO out. I don't necessarily agree with this play, but it's going to work for me because I can aim at the T-67. I kind of take one more shot into him, and immediately I target the T-34. And I'm going to try and hit this guy as well because the Staghound was nice enough to risk his HP and risk his life to run out there. And now we can easily win this map, easily take the rest of the map. We push into the T-37, we push into the T-67, we push into the Gorilla over here. The Gorilla ends up getting cleaned up by Artie, it looks like, and then it's just the Hummel, man. We clean up the Hummel, and that's the game. How fast was that game, guys, right? So this is why I tell you on RUINBERG, like really look at the map and understand how this eastern portion of the map is working. If you're in a heavy, play the west, man. I'm not saying you got to go over here. You know, my channel's all about light tanks. You guys know that. Play the west if you're in a heavy. You know, I kind of understand how this city works over here, but I haven't played heavies in so long. This is the brawling area, but don't forget that this is also a brawling area, the 0 line. People get way too caught up on this 8-9 area, right? Look at the 0 line, guys. Pay attention to the 0 line and understand the 0 line as well. Don't get tunnel vision in the 8 and 9 squares. Pay attention to the 0 line, and I'm telling you, you're going to be better off on RUINBERG. So that's the game. Let's get into the emplates. I'm going to show you guys this. It was a mastery. I've had like 3, maybe 4 masteries in this vehicle, all in one day when I was attempting to 3 mark it, and we did get the 3 mark. 2110 damage, guys, 403 assist. And we are top by kills here. The Jackson actually had a better game than me overall, so he had better experience. The Staghound made a great play at the end there, so shout out to this guy for like throwing away his HP and kind of throwing away his tank, but spotting the people in the back. And yeah, it was a great game for me, man. We did a lot of damage here, and yeah, we're just a better team, man. Like, I mean, we stomped these guys, but I think it's still a good video to show you guys how effective you can be, even with a light tank on the eastern portion of this map, right? And then here's the detailed report, guys. We fired 27 shots, hit 22 of them, penned 20. That's it. I have nothing more to say about this 4-minute and 37-second game on RUINBERG. You know how this game is. You know, the teams are never balanced, so would we have won this game even if I wasn't in this game? Probably, but it would have taken a lot more time, right? I think my aggression helped us win this game in under 5 minutes. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you for the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.